Hello, my name is Steve.
I'm David.
And you are listening to Anime Plus. So we're deep diving into the third and final compilation movie for Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, Love is the Pulse of the Stars.
Immediately after the events of Lovers, the AEUG Vanguard Force of Captain Bright, Quattro Bagina, Camille Bidan, and company come into contact with Axis, the Zeon remnant led by the child of Dozle Zabi, Minerva Zabi. Technically, but in all actuality is under the true leadership of Haman Karn, a very stable but also kind of crazy new type who really, really just wants Zeon to be back at Side 3. And so with this interaction, Quattro is completely outed again to be Char because Minerva knows Char.
Haman knows that it's
I know.
Char as well.
Because, spoiler alert, we find out that she knew Char during the 1 Year War because Char just knows all women of combat age from Zeon because he's the universe's most eligible bachelor. And we end up getting this this interaction where Char wants to, I really didn't understand why he was like, I need to get you out of here.
He knows that Minerva is being manipulated by Haman. Haman is just using the young girl as a
figurehead.
Yeah.
So Char gets everybody arrested, then has Camille get into a prison fight with him so that they can escape, which works. Good job, Char.
Char knows that the people that make up Axis are not combat veterans.
He gets them all to escape, and then we get this weird three-way, constantly shifting sides battle that takes almost the entire movie, where Haman works with AEUG, then doesn't work with AEUG, then works with AEUG, then doesn't work with AEUG, then switches over to Jupiter, who's sometimes working Sirocco, who's sometimes working for the Titans, who's sometimes not working for the Titans. Rekua goes and betrays AEUG because she's sick of men, apparently, to go join another man. We get this back and forth of just everybody switching sides. It was very much I had to keep track of who was on whose team on a piece of paper. Anytime the sides updated, I made a new chart. I was like, okay, so it's AEUG, Axis versus the Titans. And then it was AEUG versus the Axis versus the Titans. Then it was AEUG versus the Axis and Titans. And I'm just like, It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Axis switched sides so many times.
Well, they're playing the field. Ultimately, AEUG and Axis's goal and Sirocco's goal at the end of the day was the destruction of the Titans.
Yeah.
So in the middle of different breaks in the battles, they would kind of side channel secretly cozy up with groups that they knew were going to help them achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And then, kind of near the end, they kind of started to turn on each other.
Yes. Where everybody was just fighting everybody. It
ended up being the Titans were neutered because the command structure was intentionally removed.
Yes. Because Basque's ship got blown up.
And Basque pretty much purposely weakened the dude who is actually the leader of the Titans, whose name I always forget.
Yeah.
To him get smoked. Actually, yeah, it was Sirocco who smoked him.
Yeah, because of the meeting with Haman where there was an explosion and then he...
Yep. And then blamed it on Haman to try to use the Zeon, Titans forces to attack Axis.
And then Bright blew up half their fleet with a solar colony, the colony laser.
The colony cannon, because they had somehow they were able to requisition the Titans' Grips colony.
Yeah, they did it, I guess.
The Titans had their ass out to the wind in this entire sequence of events.
They did.
And ultimately got crushed.
There was a breeze blew in, and you could hear their ass whistle as everybody had, free use of that.
You have three individuals who are attempting to become the leaders of humanity's future.
Yes.
Haman, trying to resurrect the dead Zabi Empire. Sirocco, who, I don't know, a new age guru kind of figure.
Space harem.
And then you have Char with his shifting concept of a new type future. Like he just wants everybody to get off Earth.
Yeah.
and those who don't should just be left behind,
Yes.
if not outright destroyed. And everyone else,
And then there's Camille, Space Jesus.
well, Camille's he's going along for the ride. He doesn't really know what's going on.
I think Camille's more Space Jesus than Amuro was.
Camille is very much a stronger new type than Amuro.
Yeah.
I still stand by the fact that I think Lala is probably the strongest.
Probably.
Is the strongest new type I've seen in all of the Gundams so
Probably.
far.
But to end the movie, after Katz, Sarah, Emma, the captain that looks like, what's his face?
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins, yeah. Jared.
Finally. Oh my God. It took,
Finally.
that guy was such a failure. I don't understand how he lucked into surviving this long. He succeeded at nothing.
Right.
A good chunk of the primary characters ate it.
Rekoa died.
Siriko.
And a bunch of other supporting cast.
The main cast that survived were Bright,
Camille,
Quattro, Haman, Fa.
Meneva.
Mineva's not a main character. But yeah, Mineva survives as well. I was thinking about it afterwards, and Yazan, I think, is the only truly competent mobile suit pilot we've ever seen. All the other people that succeed do so through a combination being new types and just plot armor.
Yes.
But he literally was a successful combatant. He didn't die at the end of it. Was a successful combatant and a pilot who is not a new type at all.
So I was going to say, what about Char? But then I was like, he's a new type.
He's truly not that competent of a pilot.
Fair.
He has his new type Jesus ability behind him.
Yeah.
And boy, howdy, did they get Space Wizard this movie.
They did get Space Wizard this movie.
Everybody is...
When Haman and Siriko were having their Space Jesus battle.
They were just auraing each other.
Yeah, T-posing for power.
And
then Camille and Haman had that Jedi mind trick link.
Well, then all of the recently deceased new types that were coming to assist Camille, it was a Super Saiyan battle.
They're like, lend me your power. Emma literally was like, absorb me.
Yeah, as she was dying. I really enjoyed the TV series.
Yes.
I don't think I liked the compilation movies.
That's fair.
I see a lot of opinions that people didn't like Zeta. And I wonder if a lot of that stems from
the movies
themselves instead of the TV series. I thought the TV series was good, even though it does get really freaking weird and convoluted near the end, just as was presented in the movie. It gets weird near the end.
Yeah.
It's been that way for, I think, all three of the series so far.
Yeah, because at the end of
OG, got a little weird too.
Yeah, it gets very convoluted with the new type stuff.
Yep. Well, they just pulled that out of their ass and had to run with it.
They did. It's just that made it very convoluted. Most of the Aboaku battle.
Speaking of Aboaku, you know what also gets really confusing is the fact that people keep giving the same places different names in different periods of time.
Yes.
What did they call Aboaku at this final battle? The Gate of...
Oh, the Gate of Zidane.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, that's a kind of human history thing.
Yeah, true, but we're talking a couple of years.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they just don't want people to...
associate with the rival faction.
Yeah, associate that the Federation is using Aboaku as a base. So they're like, it's the Gate of Zidane. It's a totally different thing. It's totally not the thing
I think it
we stole
had
from the
been
Zabis.
renamed a second time, too, to the Gate of Zidane. I think it did have a different name in Stardust Memories, if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
Is the thing that we've talked about. The difference, the primary difference between these compilation movies and the TV series is what happens to Camille. So in the TV series, due to the sheer amount of tragedy that he experiences in a very dense period of time, his brain snaps, and he ends the series catatonic. Everything else pretty much, from what I remember, unpacks the way it does. Haman with Mineva go on to continue with their mission of resurrecting the Zabi Empire.
Haman sends Mineva to Earth at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I think that's how it went. If I remember from Double Zeta, I think she was on Earth during Double Zeta. Anyways.
Okay.
No one knows what happens to Quattro. Char just disappears into the darkness.
He's got to do Char's counterattack, duh.
You're right. But the Titans are destroyed. Then the non-Titan influence aspects of the Federation now have to kind of pick up the pieces and restructure what's going on.
Yes.
And then you have Axis, which turns into Neo Zabi or Neo Zeon. From Zeta, we move directly into Double Zeta.
Yes.
Where the threat has still not gone away. And White Base 2 the Argama, is worse for wear.
So does Double Zeta take place immediately
after? The beginning arc that kind of leads into the whole story itself is the Argama heads to Side 1, to one of the colonies. I think it was called Shangri-La.
Frontier?
Yeah. To get, they're like, we need to resupply and we need to get Camille to medical professionals immediately. And while they're there, they end up running into Yazan.
Okay.
Because Yazan escape pods out of his mobile suit. That's what that sphere was that he was in.
Okay.
He, by story writing, ends up on Side 1 as well.
Okay.
The tragedy, though, as I brought up how competent he was of a pilot and a soldier, he's a comical buffoon in Double Zeta. It doesn't make any sense, comparatively. The Argama, desperate for all sorts of things, decides to offer a group of street kids who do side jobs as scrappers to come join the ship and pilot their mobile suits because they need new child soldiers.
Because all their current child soldiers are either comatose or dead.
Yeah, the only
one that's left is Fa.
And Fa is busy caring for Camille, who's drooling on himself and can't blink. So they lead Side 1. They gain 6 kids. 2 of them, 3 of them sometimes are for the first half of it, trying to sell out the Argama to make big cash. And so you have the remnants of Neo-Zeta, not Neo-Zeta. You have not even. Yazan. I think Yazan leaves the picture in the first 10 episodes.
Okay. Aren't there only 13 episodes?
No. Oh. No, there's 47?
Double Zeta has 47 episodes?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was short.
No, it's shorter than Zeta by a couple episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
They end up on Earth, and they do a lot of stuff on Earth, and they end up getting embroiled in the whole trying to prevent Haman from making a deal with the Federation that essentially gives her overwhelming control of things. And by the end of it, Haman dies.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happens to Minerva. And Char doesn't show up anywhere. But the problem with the series is, so we go from Zeta, which is so crushingly brutal. And then the first half of Double Zeta is a dumb children's cartoon. Painfully stupid. It starts to get pretty brutal as the aggression ramps up near the second half of it. The main character's sister dies in a really tragic way. Spoilers, sorry.
It happens.
But they dig more into the whole psychosis and cyber new types, and the buffoonery does not end. It's ridiculous. At one point, one of the antagonists, who's kind of a protagonist at times, loses her mind or is reprogrammed. Double Zeta is a tragedy, honestly.
Wild.
Yeah. But with the changes in the Zeta compilation movie, I don't understand how it erases Double Zeta, because you still have to deal with Haman. You still have to deal with the resurrection of Neo Zeon.
You just don't have to go to Side 1.
Yeah. Well, they end up bringing.
You don't get all the kids.
I mean, you could say they still have to go to Side 1 because they still need to resupply. Their ship is damaged. Their mobile suits are in need of vast repairs. Because they didn't just go to Side 1 for Camille's sake. They went there because they needed a resupply as well. So now we're done with Zeta. Thoughts on the story overall and where we are within the Universal Century?
I like it a lot. It's made me want to watch Zeta, Double Zeta, and anything that leads up to Unicorn Gundam. And I just kind of like the Universal Century. I think, honestly, it's the coolest. I've seen all the stuff from Wing. I'm like, meh. It's Seed, where a lot of other people really like Gundam. I'm like, yeah, the Justice and the Freedom are cool, but beyond that, there's so many cool Gundam designs in the Universal Century. And
I'm sure you picked up on this by now. I don't care about any of the mobile suits.
Fair.
I'm not it's not. I like mechs, but I think most of the mobile suit designs look bad. They're not aesthetically pleasing to me, nor do I care about their abilities or weaponry or lore or anything like that. I'm someone who loves Armored Core. I love the aesthetic of Armored Core. And Gundam is very far from the aesthetic of Armored Core, in my opinion. I think the biggest problem with the Universal Century, at least with the first couple of storylines, is how repetitive it gets. Like they keep doing the whole lover triangle, tragic event, collapsing of personality, new type psychosis thing.
Yeah.
Like it started with Amuro, Achar, and Lala. And then now in Zeta, you had like 3 of them. Three situations like that between a couple of different characters. And we had it without new types in Stardust Memories. So far out of all the Gundam I've watched, and I need to rewatch Thunderbolt. Zeta might be the story I've enjoyed the most, just with its maturity and darkness. Like I like dark stories. I don't like stories that end happily. And Zeta definitely ended really dark for the TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next week we'll be diving into Char's counterattack. Neither of us know anything about it. Well, okay, I know how it ends.
Don't spoil it.
But Unicorn will be after Char's counterattack, obviously.
2 episodes a week.
Yeah, we're going to be doing
2 50-minute OAVs a week.
That's right.
120 minutes. That's the shortest.
Yeah, so after next week's Char's counterattack, we'll be doing some intense Unicorn action.
Finally, something I can watch in English, too.
You know.
Sue me. I really like watching Mobile Suit Gundam in English because I like to pay attention to what's going on.
Just read faster.
I can't read that fast. I'm stupid.
So after Unicorn, we'll be knocking into the first Hathaway movie.
Yes. There's more than one?
There's a second Hathaway movie that's coming out in January.
Let's go.
We may have time to squeeze in one more part of the storyline. Because I think we might have one more week in the season that we can do something. And that would be Gundam F91.
Where does that happen?
After
Unicorn?
After Hathaway.
After Hathaway, okay.
It's like Universal Century year 135.
God damn.
So it's a couple decades later. But it is the next story in the timeline.
They just need to keep making more Universal Century shit.
Yeah, they haven't made a new... Well, they have. The Hathaway stuff.
Right, but they need to keep doing that. Universal Century, Best Century. They technically did it with GQX,
technically. We got anything else?
The Quebly definitely looked like a prototype Kshatriya.
I will take your word for that because I do not know what the Kshatriya is.
Just keep that in mind for when we watch Unicorn Gundam.
Okay. Fair.
And I know we see the Kshatriya in the first episode.
Everything in Gundam is derivative regardless.
I know, but it looks legitimately like the prototype.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably pretty close.
Because it has those little Saikamu.
Oh, it's got the bits.
Yeah.
It's got bits.
Because Kshatriya also has the Saikamu.
The bits.
The bit. Is that what they're legitimately called?
Yeah, they're called bits.
Okay, cool, yeah. Also, they breezed past the fact that they had another Zeong.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Jarrett, the thing Jarrett was piloting.
Oh, that he died in?
With legs this time.
Jared was such a terrible antagonist.
He was.
He was so bad.
But it's like the 3rd time they tried to use that suit thing. It didn't work in Mobile Suit. It didn't work in
Stardust Memories.
Stardust Memories. And guess what? It didn't work in Zeta.
It might just be the pilots.
What?
Well, no, because didn't Char piloted
Char
it
piloted
in OG.
the first one. He was up against Amuro, and Amuro had more plot armor than God.
Oh, yeah.
And then, oh God, who piloted it in Stardust Memories?
It was the long-haired boy.
Oh, yeah. He
was like, I'll take it. It doesn't need the legs. I'll just take it as it is.
You're right. And he had zero
or was
plot
that Char who said that? I don't remember.
He had 0 plot armor. So he just died like a bitch.
No.
Yeah, he died like a bitch.
Wrong character.
Oh. Well, it doesn't matter. The guy that piloted the new Zeong whatever thing in Stardust Memories died like a bitch. And then Jarrett died like a bitch because he is a bitch.
100%.
So it's like, they got to stop wasting the resources making that mobile suit because it doesn't work. All right.
Well, thanks for listening. Joining with us on this weird journey through the Universal Century.
It's so much fun. I'm so glad I had this idea.
Don't forget the Friday episodes of the podcast where we are currently going over season 2 of the Ranma 1/2 remake.
Also very fun.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when episodes come out. We'll check you guys next time for Char's Counterattack.